You straight up cuckooed that dude, bro. Oh my God.
You've got all your Charger gear on because
feeling fresh as hell.
Well, you guys better enjoy it.
The fans loved it.
You have to love what you're seeing on tape if you're a Chargers fan, especially for the future with Justin Herbert.
On the move and throws and touchdown.
Do this together. Players, coaches, staff, fans, together we can create something truly special.
Stay tuned for some good content.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Charger Chat. I'm your co-host, Wolldog. Sitting with my buddies among buddies, Kev, Hug, and Duggan.
I got no time. I got no time to be sad about this. I'm here to hang out. I'm here to have a good time. Kyle doesn't look like he's ready to hang out and have a good time.
Well,
but
yes,
I'm ready.
Let's not forget Kyle, the coach, Duggan.
Sunday was one of the worst sports days of my whole life.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad for a lot of reasons.
I know a lot of you know we're Padre fans. It was tough, but it also happened. It coincided. I got the notification from ESPN that the Padres lost like right when the Mike Williams injury happened. It was like, bam, bam. No, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
So here we are.
We are going to do our
back.
best, folks. We are going to, I have a feeling we're going to start slow.
We'll
We're going to pick it up by the third, fourth quarter.
Stick with us.
Yeah.
Ride this out with us. There's a lot of emotions to
Ride
get
this
through.
lightning with us.
Ride this lightning. Yeah, we've got tweets to go through, quotes to go through, and as always, an Ask Boltfam. Do we have any other segments lined up here, Kev?
Yeah, we got a fan focus and a bolt inside.
All right.
Wow.
Well, so there you go, folks. It's going to be another chunky episode. Let's start it off at the top. Daniel Popper, always a ray of sunshine. Daniel Popper tweeting out 0-4 all time in the Navy Color Rush jerseys, outscored 122-90 in those games.
I love the colors. I don't think we should play in them anymore. Thank you.
I think that's a good call, Kev.
Thanks,
I
Mouth.
think we look too good at like the other team gets more excited to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's got to be something to that.
Is.
It's like they want to take us to the dance and impress us at the dance because we look so damn good. You know what I mean? I'm fine not rolling those out anytime soon.
Just go back to the Royal Blues.
Yeah, Royal Blues. Yeah.
Royal
The
Blues.
color.
We're good with those.
Yeah.
We have some fun times with those.
Yeah.
And then Popper also tweeted out, Brandon Staley said there was no setback with Keenan Allen's hamstring. Allen did not play in the second half yesterday. Staley said Allen did not feel like he could burst off the leg, and they did not want to risk further injury.
Good. Glad they didn't waste it on that game.
Yeah, because we're going to need him back pretty quick to fill out this interesting wide receiving. I don't know.
What do we do with these wide receivers? Like DeAndre Carter and Michael Bandy are starting right now.
Yeah.
They're the guys.
Yeah, and more.
And
Moore is playing a lot.
Yeah. So yeah, let's take a look at this, folks. Obviously, there's no reason to rehash that game. It was yet another ugly game. There were a couple of bright moments, some glimmers of hope.
Quarter, guys, that second quarter,
I was like, was the glimmer of hope.
Back.
Yeah.
The ball's rolling. We're scoring eddies.
Right.
Our defense is looking good. We're getting all kinds of fun stuff. And then we went in for halftime.
And then the game just got dislocated literally right before the half.
Yeah.
JC blown out knee touchdown pass. That was it. After that, like all the wind of any sail was completely gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that blown out knee, we didn't know what it was. Obviously, JC was extremely emotional being carted off the field, and Dr. Jesse Morse tweeted out, this was preventable. If you would have put an ultrasound on his patellar tendon before the game, you would have seen significant damage. This is going to be very hard to return from, could threaten his career. Yeah, I think the actual, just for those that don't know, the actual injury itself was he ruptured his patellar tendon. Yeah. And yeah, it was like a dislocated knee at first and then patellar tendon rupture. And again, per Jesse Morse, this could be career ending.
Okay, who's Jesse Morse? Does anyone know who Jesse Morse is?
He's a sports doctor. I think he's a
doctor. He tweets
fan.
out about different injuries that he comes across, just to give fans or anybody that follows him on Twitter some insight into what the actual injury means. And apparently in a situation like this, something like that was potentially preventable. If they
But how could you have known that? I don't know. I kind of
technically it was preventable, but we're not doing full body scans on every player. The players are responsible to say, I'm not feeling great here.
He did just have surgery on his foot previously. Why would he not have brought up any kind of discomfort or? I don't know. I don't know how this tweet is helpful in any way, shape, or form, except to say you should scan all of your players every week to make sure. How is it preventable other than that? Also, he has a 1.9 stars out of 5 on his Google reviews, so I don't know if I trust Jesse Morse.
We are not advocates of Jesse Morse. We just see him as they're tweeted, and
it's gone viral now. Everyone's retweeting this. It's all over everyone's story.
It's super clickbaity for sure.
It is. Just the guy has no insight. He wasn't a part of it. He didn't have JC as a patient. He didn't tell us beforehand. Now all of a sudden he's saying, yeah, this could have been stopped. You could say that about any injury.
Just the idea that, I don't know much about patellar tendon injuries, but if he's saying it's going to be very hard for him to return and could threaten his career.
Yeah.
That's dire. That's bad.
Right. That should be the big thing from that, is that this is a potential career ender for JC Jackson. Obviously going to be very hard for him to come back from. We'll obviously keep an eye on how he's doing and where he goes from there.
Get well soon, man. Sorry that I know he doesn't listen to this, but
no, but yeah, we wish him nothing but the best. And then that wasn't the only injury, obviously, for anybody that watched the game. Ari Myrov tweeted out wide receiver Mike Williams is out weeks, not days, with the ankle injury he suffered on Sunday, Coach Brandon Staley said. So his was a high ankle sprain. Yeah.
Those aren't out quick. That's 4 to 6 weeks generally.
That's what he said. Weeks, not days.
And when it happened and they showed the replay, I was like, that could be broken.
Yeah.
Like the way it turned, it was so bad. Like, I think we kind of dodged a bullet in this respect. That he could come back this season, because that looked so bad. Like, the ankle's not supposed to go that way, and the knee. Who knows what it could have done to the knee, because it cranks so hard. So it was just like, I'm not like, to have the amount of injuries we have right now. I don't remember a time.
It's an insane amount. Yeah.
I just don't remember a time where.
Hang on. There's more. Go ahead, Wooly.
But wait. There's more.
Oh, fun.
Chris Rumpf has an MCL sprain. Brandon
good.
Staley said he will be out again weeks, not days. So
who's our pass rush now? I mean,
Kyle Van Noy.
Van Noyce.
Kyle
Van Noyce.
Khalil Mack.
But then
it's a rough time. It's obviously a big deal, because like the boys are saying, there's a lot of guys are injured. I've seen a lot of tweets of people going like, here was our wide receiver core: Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Jalen Guyton, Josh Palmer, all have sustained injuries at some point during the season.
And Donald Parham.
It's Josh Kelly.
Never ending.
Yeah. The injuries are piling up, and it's bad. I've seen a lot of the guys pointing out like the turf at the field as opposed to using grass, and how guys are getting injured way more on turf than they are on grass. So I don't know the statistics behind that. I don't know the science behind that either, but obviously the players do, or at least they have an opinion about it. Looking over at quotes from the coach on the injury updates regarding JC Jackson and Mike Williams, Staley said JC Jackson has a rupture to his patella tendon. He will miss the rest of the season. Mike Williams has an ankle sprain. It'll be a matter of weeks, not days. We'll keep you up to date on that, but try to take advantage of these next 2 weeks, then see where he is at.
It's the one thing that we have going for us, is that there's 2 weeks.
It's the silver lining, yeah.
That you have that
going into the bye week.
At least our wide receiver core. Hopefully, you get Palmer, Parham, Keenan's playing. Like there will be guys returning. You're not going to have Mike Will out there. It's just, I want to see what this team would be like at full strength with the roster we started the year with.
We all would.
It's just not going to happen. Maybe
I think that's been one of the hardest things, is like, we don't know what our identity is.
Yeah.
We have to evolve every week based on injuries. It's like, who are we? Are we the Cleveland game running attack? Is that who we are? Are we like the defensive tough it out, win gritty special teams and defense, like against Denver? Or are we just horse shit like we were against the Jags and the Seahawks? What is our idea? Like, it's so inconsistent that it's like, I don't even know what kind of a football team we are yet. I don't think anyone could tell you, like, are we a good football team? I don't know yet.
Yeah.
I'm not losing faith, but I just don't know who we are.
We still have time to find out. Hopefully.
Yeah.
We just need, here's the thing. Now it's really coaching. You know what I mean? You got to get these guys, you can't just rely on them to be studs. You got to get some of these guys that weren't drafted, were practice squad players. You got to put these guys in the right position and have the right plan. And if you don't, it's going to be like what happened on Sunday. I don't want to blame coaches for that. They were dealing with it on the fly, but it just didn't work.
Got to be prepared for anything and everything at this point. Staley had this to say on the regression offensively due to a multitude of factors. You mentioned a lot of things that are contributing factors to our offensive output. I certainly think that the continuity or lack thereof has been a huge factor in what's happened. I think that's just normal. As I told you guys after the game, we make no excuse. I think that you go into every week and try to play the game to the best of your ability with that group that is out there and attack the matchup the best way that you know how. I think the facts are that no matter who is out there, we haven't run the ball well enough at all this season. We haven't been consistent in that way. We've been poor in third and fourth down and short. We faced a lot of those, and our success rate is poor. Given the advantage that you have in those situations, we haven't had nearly the explosions that it takes in order to be a consistent scoring football team.
You could kind of tell what was going on. You know, they were putting coverage on everything. Justin, there was nothing. We were not a threat to run the ball whatsoever in that game. And Justin didn't look like himself at all in that game.
It was the first game since all the offensive line changes that we looked dominated up front.
Yeah.
The pressure was instant, like almost instantaneous from the ball is snapped. They're all getting pushed straight backwards into Justin. And yeah, because of that, you have to dump the ball off. And because of that, you have to initiate the screen game. And you have to do these things to try your best to slow down the pass rush. But bottom line is we just got beat up front. They ran the ball like crazy with their little rookie running back that's kind of a stud. But they just beat us up front on offense and defense.
Yeah, I mean, defense certainly seemed to try their darndest. I mean, they got the safety. They were getting, fumble recoveries and interceptions, and it seemed to be at least more productive than the offense, or at least the offense wasn't taking advantage of some of those situations that every time that happened, it was like, okay, here we go. Momentum change.
Right,
we're moving.
right.
We're going to switch it up here. And it just wasn't clicking. And it's frustrating.
But besides a couple of those big plays that we gave up on defense near the end of the game, like we had a safety, we had turnovers, like it really was the offense just not helping our defense in any way, shape, or form. Granted, we started out 17-0 down, but that was also contributing factors of like really ticky-tack penalties being called on our secondary.
They were definitely out of control.
Man, there was like 3 or 4 third down conversions on little
third and
stupid
13
penalties.
And then Callahan got called for one that didn't even look like anything.
They tripped. They just tripped together.
Yeah. It was crazy.
Can't blame the officials, but that definitely played a part in that first half.
Just the
first
rhythm.
quarter was just
get going. We got screwed on that. And Geno Smith, I don't know where that guy has been. He was a Charger, never look like that. Like he's playing well. So, and he just got away.
The Seahawks are not a bad team. They're just like the Jacksonville Jaguars. They're a mediocre team. They're not a great team. They're not a bad team. They're just a team. And they made us look silly, just like Jacksonville did. Jacksonville's 0-4 since they beat us. They're mediocre teams that we just did not show up to play.
Staley on the update regarding Joey Bosa's recovery process. Joey's making progress. I don't have a timetable for his return other than he is making good progress. He's here in California. We're looking forward to him coming back as soon as possible.
What week, if you had to guess? What
dude,
week
it's
would
so
you guess?
bizarre. It's so bizarre to me that these guys just go off and do their own thing in rehab. Like, why would you even have to state that he's in California? In my head, it's like high school football where it's like, oh, you're hurt? Okay, cool. You're still going to stand at every practice and listen and be a part of the team. Just sucks that that's not what it is in the NFL. It's like, go off to your basement, heal, and then come back. Let us know when you're ready to come back.
Yeah.
It's kind of a bummer. I don't know, Kev, when do you think he's coming back?
I'm thinking I'm going to go week 13. Week 13 he comes back.
How long until that 49er matchup? Is that pretty quick out of the gate?
Pretty quick. I think it's like the second game. It's Falcons, then Niners, back-to-back road games, and then we play the Chiefs again. So it's not getting easy anytime soon.
No, but we won't see the Bosa brothers going up against each other.
No, probably not.
It's a bummer.
It is a bummer. And then lastly, on if he would consider relinquishing defensive play calling duties to defensive coordinator Ronaldo Hill, Staley said, no, I'm comfortable with how we organize things right now.
No.
I think that
that question, no.
You could have ended the quote there. He said, I'm comfortable with how we organize things right now. I think that everyone just has to, within their role, continue to do it better. Very confident in our setup and in our coaching staff, our players. What we have to be able to do is get some rest and then come back and do our jobs better. That's where our focus will be.
It's kind of crazy. Like they're asking questions. This is the first time he's been hit with anything like this.
Yeah, they're firing at him a little bit now.
Yeah, it's no longer, and you could see him when he's up at the podium. It's no longer like, hey guys, first name basis. Like he's still doing that, but it's not like the same kind of fucking super fun energy.
Pressure.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, you're a head coach in this business, and especially one that doesn't have the credentials because he's brand new to the NFL in all intents and purposes. You feel the pressure when your team comes off to a weirdly, just like hitting a lot of hitches, guys getting hurt, things not going well. He feels it for sure. So hopefully he responds well.
Yeah. Pulling for coach. Yeah.
Yeah. Looking at this last game, I mean, being beat by 2 scores is never fun. Justin Herbert, my God, threw for 51 attempts and only
every game now
and had less than 300 yards to show for it.
His QB rating was 26.8.
Yeesh.
It just wasn't. That was like it's so weird because I have like nothing but confidence when Justin goes on the field. Something happened in that game where my I'm not saying it's gone, but just I lost confidence. Like I wasn't like, I was like, oh shit, we had the ball back. I hope we can do it. It wasn't like, oh, we got the ball back.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Anything is possible.
Something was off. It was just
the
off.
last 2 games. Justin has been off. There's something there that he's not confident in who he's throwing to. He's not confident in throwing the ball down the field. He wants to throw the ball to Austin Eckler and Austin Eckler only. That's the only thing he feels
Mike
comfortable with.
That was it.
Man, even Gerald Everett has felt like he has disappeared off the face of the earth the last couple of weeks.
Right.
Yeah. There is definitely something off. I don't know what it is. Maybe I don't think it's his injury because he got hit pretty hard in that left rib this week, and he popped back up. Didn't seem to like linger at all. I don't think it's the injury. There's something going on though that he's not comfortable with. And the weird thing too, I don't have the stats on this. This is just from me watching football games. We're not attacking the middle of the field at all. It seems like we're only throwing to sidelines and sidelines only. And I don't know what that is. I don't know why we're doing that, but we're not attacking the middle of the field. The one pass that I can remember this week doing it is the pick that he threw to DeAndre Carter, trying to find a little hole.
Right.
But I don't know why our offense is not attacking the middle of the field, especially when you have too high. If you're playing against too high a lot, it's kind of weird. I don't know. Something's off with Justin for sure.
Hopefully he gets 2 weeks to relax, heal up even a little bit more. And, I'm not worried about it. He's a stud, dude.
Yeah, no, he's still,
he'll be fine.
He's still our QB, and we love this guy, and we know that he's going to have a bright future.
You're my boy, Blue. You're my boy, Blue.
And then looking on the rushing side, Austin Eckler, 9 carries for only 31 yards this week. Justin Herbert had the second most rushing yards, 3 for 22. Sonny Michel, and then Isaiah Spiller only had 1 attempt, and that was for -5 yards.
Not a great start on that.
Man, we were really hyped for getting Isaiah Spiller, and boy, didn't really get an opportunity there. Or I guess he did, but it was -5.
Nobody did much anything. Justin Herbert had the most yards per carry on the game.
Yeah.
Like I'm wondering, because he's finally started to move a little bit. I don't know if he was like, F you, coach, I'm going to start running. But like defenses don't have to worry about him scrambling and trying to rush. They haven't been. But if you bring that wrinkle back in, they're going to have somebody spying him or being ready for that, and that's going to open up something else down the field. So I'm just wondering when we're going to let that go and let him start running if they're giving him that shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a college career. He had a very kind of on and off senior season, but then in the Rose Bowl, when he started running the ball, it was night and day. He just took off and he's a different quarterback when he runs the ball. So I don't know what they're limiting or what they're telling him not to do, but they need to take the reins off if there are some there.
Yeah. Hopefully this 1 week of just not doing shit, just go study as much as you want, hang out in those ice tubs and the hot tubs, just rotate, go back. I don't know how to treat ribs. What am I talking about? Do whatever you need to do to feel better. That's all I'm asking.
I think you need to start a Twitter that says Kevin Duggan, MD.
MD. Yeah.
And talk about what
this could have been prevented.
Yeah, this could have been prevented. If you'd have come to my clinic that has 1.9 stars, I could have fixed
at least 3 times the amount of ice in that tub. At least 3. This could have been prevented.
I would have prescribed more hugs. That's all I'm saying.
Hugs. Yeah.
Ultimate
medicine.
Extra kisses.
A spoonful of sugar.
Yeah.
As that's the Disney way. All right, folks. Well, for those of you who don't know, and I don't know how you couldn't, we've got a new Patreon. And we've gotten people signed up already. I need to shout out these people because I couldn't believe how many people have already shown up. Jenny Bailey, Morthenian, Fabian Avendano, Karen Garcia, Natalie Hausknecht, Melanie Arbuse, Bobby Peck, Djeebz,
D is silent,
Bilja, Jennifer Mills, Catherine Ridge, Eric Dean, Mark Busnelli, OM Run, The Mether Adventures, and Nate Crouch. Thank you guys so much. Yes.
MVPs.
MVP.
Absolutely awesome. And if for those of you that are wondering, like, Patreon, what are these guys doing over here? I can tell you right now, we're having a lot of fun over there. We've posted a couple of videos now. Our most recent one was pretty fun. We took a look at Rudy, and Kyle, the coach Duggan, broke himself down some coach's corner on the famous Rudy episode. Should we cut to a clip here?
Yeah, give a little taste.
Let's give a little taste here. 1 second. All right, so he's got his eyes. He's looking back. Do you think this is good formation here, Kyle, as far as a wide receiver looking back for the pass?
Form, technique.
Looks real open. That's all I can say. There is not a defender in frame. That cough is the closest thing to stopping this.
What would you do in this situation? You take a knee. This is kind of a bullshit play, honestly. They're taking advantage of the situation.
This play would have resulted in an all-out brawl.
Yeah,
Georgia Tech. They would not have taken this lightly.
No doubt. Yeah. Notre Dame with the lead, running a play at the very end.
2 touchdowns. They're doing toss passes. Yeah. This is a brawl.
Yeah, trick plays at the end of this. Get out of here.
Yeah. Sorry.
So yeah, you could have fun stuff like that if you go on over and check out our Patreon. We've got a lot of other fun stuff lined up, folks. So if you feel inclined, go check out patreon.com // Charger Chat. Is that the link?
Figure it out. You guys are smart.
Yeah, just go. The easiest thing, go to Patreon. Just search Charger Chat.
Charger Chat.
That's
yes, there's only one. And if you're not feeling like going to Patreon, folks, that's a-okay. You can go on over to chargerchat.com. Check out all the cool stuff we've got over there: t-shirts, hoodies, and stickers. You can chat it up with other Charger Chatteteers in our members section and ask questions and Ask Boltfam. So go check it out, chargerchat.com. All right, gang. Well, now it is time to go on to the next segment. I believe it is Fan Focus. Am I right on that?
Yep.
Do I got that right?
Correct.
Is that correct?
You've done it.
Okay, well, let's do it.
That nailhead, you hit it.
I hit it. Knocked it out of the park. Let's go.
All right, guys, we are back with another Fan Focus, and oh my God, do we have a special one for you today? Not only is he one of the best script writers of all of our Ask Boltfams, we have Djeebz. The D is motherfucking silent with us. What is up, Djeebz?
What's up, man? How's it going?
Good. I'm so excited to meet you, man. This is fantastic. We briefly met at a tailgate a long time ago.
Yeah.
To get to do this with you.
Was it week 1 last year?
It was a long time. It feels like ages ago. So,
yeah.
Well, let's kick this off, man. How did you become a Charger fan?
Well, back in the day, I was like in junior high. It was around the Super Bowl time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Polynesian, Hawaiian. So, Polynesian players, I was a big Tua guy, big Sewell. Seau it was all Seau back in the day.
Yeah.
And, but I didn't really have a team. It was more players. And so I was, when I was watching that game, I liked Rice. I liked Seau, obviously, and then other guys sprinkled in there. But But the Niners ended up winning, like they scored 49 points, and they're the 49ers. And yeah, that kind of pissed me off. So I became a Charger fan.
I love it. That's awesome. Yeah. I love that. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Seau was my entry into like just being, like, you know, I just fell in love with that guy. The energy, everything about him was just when I think of Charger, that's the first one that comes to mind is him and Phil. But Seau's the man.
Yeah, definitely.
So let's talk about it, man. Like, you know, the elephant in the room, the game against Seattle was tough. It was tough on a lot of levels, injuries, just kind of how it all went down. There were a couple bright moments, you know, but what were your overall thoughts on, you know, that game and kind of, you know, where you are in terms of going into the bye week?
Coaching. I've been, like, a lot of my friends and stuff, they're trashing coaches, and especially Staley and all that. And I've been supporting, backing him, and it's the last, I guess 2-3 games or whatever. It's been hard. Yeah, it's been hard to do that, especially this last game. I don't know. I haven't looked at any like replays of, like, especially with that interception that we all thought Asante had at the end of the game. Yeah. And then there was no no challenge for that, but I didn't see like Coach said in the last one, the replay in the stadium is horrible, so we didn't get a very good angle. Yeah. So I don't know if they saw something we didn't or whatever. And like towards the end of the game, we were down 21 points at one time, at one point, and we still had our starters in there. Like they were like. I mean, we're dying out there. It's like pull the starters, like keep us, you know, healthy for the rest of the season. But yeah, other than that, it's just the coaching kind of things going up and down for me right now. Yeah,
and there's so many variables on it too, because it's like the players going down, like that first, like the first couple drives, I was like jacked because you get the interception right off the bat, and then just like some ticky-tack bullshit calls at the beginning of that game just sent us into a spiral that was like, you know, I don't know how to combat that, how to get better at that, but yeah, it was tough, man. End of the day, that was just that's just one of those ones you don't want to think about. And the problem is we've had 2 of those this year, which sucks. It's like that in the Jags, so it's like, come on, coach, please do something.
I want to say maybe we get them out of the way in the beginning of the season, but yeah.
Well, it's gonna say a lot about our team and resilience of losing this many guys, and if we can still compete and win some games before these guys come back. So, you know, it could make us stronger in ways. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit. You were at the game, so what was the vibe like? What was the energy like before the game? You know, the tailgate and all that stuff.
The tailgate was fun. I actually took a cousin of mine that was a Seahawk fan, and we were working on converting him, and I let him use like my Seau jersey. And
nice.
And he's a tall, like he's 6'6", kind of skinny guy, and he kind of resembles Herbert a little bit. And so I was trying to get him, you know, trying to build up the Chargers for him. And so in the beginning he was all pumped, but it was fun. The whole we started. I joined the Santa Barbara chapter for Die Hard.
Yeah, because that's the newer chapter up there.
Yeah. They just started a couple weeks ago, I think.
Yeah.
And so we started that. It was our first time having a tent up, canopy. So we went there. We had a whole dessert table and everything. That was fun. Yeah, and it was actually my first time doing the tailgating, actually, because normally we just walk through. Yeah. And then that's about it. But this time we actually hung out, stayed, met some new Charger fans, new people that are Charger fans. But the vibe inside, it was awesome in the beginning.
Looked like there were a lot of us, man. It looked like there's a lot of Charger fans in there.
Yeah, there was a lot of powder blue, definitely. I was expecting to see a lot more of the Navy because that's what we were wearing.
Yeah,
but there was a ton of powder blue in there. It was good.
I just saw a stat like we're 0-4 in the Navy, so I'm like, shit.
I was just gonna bring that up. I was worried about it. I was worried about the Navy, but I guess it's the
Navy's the curse of the Navy is alive and well. So
Yeah.
But yeah, so, in terms of like, let's kind of get you out of here on this one. What your best Charger moment, the best time in your Charger fandom, like what was that for you?
Oh, wow. Let me see. The first time that I went to training camp was actually at I guess it's StubHub Center now, but it used to be the Home Depot Center.
Yeah.
And the first time we went, it was my brother and my sister. And we were driving through kind of lost. We didn't know where to park. It was our first time. And we were driving, and all of a sudden I saw someone walking by with shoulder pads. And I was like, who is that? So we kind of drove up next to him and realized it was Doug Flutie.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So we just started, yeah, Flutie. And he turned around, gave a little wave. But then, but back then, the training camps were like really like not as restricted. Mm-hmm. So you had like players just walking past you, and it was really cool. Like that was the staple of, yeah.
That's awesome,
the
man.
Fandom.
Have you been to one of the newer ones? Because that looks like a proper event.
I didn't go this past year. We ended up the week we were gonna go. We ended up getting COVID. Oh, so we stayed home. But the videos, pictures looked insane this year.
Yeah, it looked fun.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So Djeebz, dude, it was a pleasure having you on, man. Like every time I see you're on the outline with a question, I'm like, oh, this shit's gonna be good.
Yeah, no, I couldn't this week. We got home like almost 11 o'clock, and I had to go to work at 5 the next morning. So
no, it's good. It's good. It's a sprinkling. I don't know when it's coming. Yeah. You catch us off guard. It's like exactly. It's a sneak attack. I love it.
That's where it's at.
So yeah, man. Well, hopefully we can run into you. We're gonna try and make it out to that Chiefs game, and hopefully if you're gonna go, we can run into you there and have a beer and try and go get some wins going, get something rolling for our boys.
Oh yeah.
So all right, man. Well, we appreciate your time and look forward to your scripts and look forward to hanging out soon.
Yeah, definitely.
Right,
See you guys.
See ya.
All right. Okay, love you. Bye.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Well, Djeebz, you are awesome, my man. I'm so glad that we finally got you on the show.
Yeah, finally.
And you love to hear it. I mean, Junior Seau, yet another reason why we get more Charger fans. That guy has left a legacy that will be hard to match for Chargers, especially from the Polynesian culture. That is really quite a special thing. And yeah, I get it, dude. We're pissed. but we're here to make each other laugh,
Yeah.
Hopefully we can put some smiles on your face today there, Djeebz. But thank you so much for coming on and chatting with Kev. I know we've been wanting to get you on for a while, so I'm so glad it finally worked out. All right, gang. Well, now let's go on to the next segment. It is Bolt Insight. Let's see who is inciting today.
As soon as that clock starts, your ass is mine.
When I met Justin Herbert, man, that dude is big as hell.
The goal is to just keep it rolling.
Come in hype because we have a lot of things to be excited about.
All right, guys, we're back with another Bolt Insight, and we are super lucky to have Danny and Enrique from Die Hard Bolt Club Ventura. What is going on, boys?
What's up? How's it going? Thank you for inviting us and everything. Thank you so much.
Yeah, our pleasure, man. We're always excited to meet new chapters and all you guys. I'm excited to learn more about Ventura because I went to school up there, so I respect the Ventura area. And being Northern fans, a little further up there, I'm sure it's not easy to get Chargers together. So it's important, what you guys are doing. So before we get started with talking about your chapter, Danny, let's kick it off with you. How did you become a Charger fan?
It's funny because I asked that question to my other chapter members. Just put it out there. For me personally, 2005, it was the Colts versus the San Diego with Drew, and the Colts were undefeated. They come to San Diego, and what happens? They hand in their first loss. And once I seen that, I was like, I like this team.
Awesome.
When it plays, obviously, whatever happened with Drew, but then we got Philip Rivers.
Felipe Rios, let's go.
We got Felipe Rivers, and the rest is history. Off and on, they moved to LA, even better for us.
Yeah.
It was so much closer. Obviously, we used to like to go to San Diego, me and my wife. That was our getaway, to go over there, enjoy 2 or 3 days over there, enjoy, go eat, go watch the game. That was our getaway. But they made it closer for us. So now it's only an hour away.
that works out. Hey, that's the other side of the experience, like the fans getting their team closer to them. San Diego's bummed. Danny's like, let's ride, let's go, let's do this. And tell us a little bit, Enrique, your experience, how you became a Charger fan.
So I'm originally from Tijuana, so right over the border, San Diego. So growing up, family, San Diego Charger fans, Qualcomm. So younger, I moved up north, Oxnard, and I started playing Pop Warner football. Obviously, I was from San Diego. We had LT, Drew Brees, all them. So I just, ended up keep playing football, and I kept on, just being a Charger fan.
That's awesome, man. Real quick thing, I'll edit this part out. I hear a pin clicking.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
No, you're good. It only happened a few times, but it'll be fine. Don't worry about it. So awesome. So, it's so great you guys have you on, Diehard Bolt Club Ventura. Tell us a little bit about your chapter, how long you guys have been around, and kind of, what your chapter's like up in Ventura.
Well, when they came back here to LA, me personally, I was looking for a team. I was looking, not a team, a place to hang out. So we were going to different places. Some places we'll have the game. We have a little group of people. We were going to introduce more group of people. Then one of our good friends, Sergio, was part of the Diehard originally. And he said, let's go meet over here at this place. We'll start growing our group. So he introduced it to us maybe, 4 years ago?
Yeah.
Maybe 4 years ago. So we started working together. We started getting organized. A couple of years later, he had to step down. Me and my friends, we took over, and we started working more with the Diehard. And we started doing more outside, not just the Chargers, because the Chargers brought us together, but with the Diehard community. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So pretty much the same for me. I met up with Sergio at, I think it was one of the local sports bars here. And he said, hey, I seen your Charger gear. He's like, we meet up at so-and-so if you want to come by. So, next game I was there, met up with a bunch of, fellow Charger fans here in Ventura County. And then next I knew that if I wanted to go watch a game with Charger fans, I was going to go to either Pizza Man Dan's, Social Tap, or used to be Pirates.
Yeah.
So we ended up, if I wanted to be a Charger fan, that's where I kind of went. And then the bigger Diehard grew, the bigger, Ventura got more interest. And, we started obviously working with them a little bit more. And, this is where we're at now,
That's awesome. It seems like, the Diehard Bolt Club is just growing so quickly. And, seeing, because you guys hosted the big get together this year.
Yes.
I wasn't, unfortunately, I wasn't able to go, but we got video sent to us and we got to experience it through that. It looked like absolutely amazing time. So great job hosting that.
Yeah, it worked out perfect. Yeah.
It was rad. The tug of war was the piece de resistance. It was perfect.
Yeah, it was fun. But shout out to all the other clubs, IE, Central Valley, San Diego, everybody that came out here. It wouldn't have been that barbecue if they didn't make the drive, they didn't stay the night, they didn't make the trip, so shout out to all the other clubs that came out and supported. Like I said, the more people, the merrier. But the fact that it was clubs from, I think we had people from New York or Germany, Minneapolis. So, that's Fresno. Yeah. So all these, for them to come from all over the country was definitely a big success. Not just for us hosting it, but for the whole Diehard as a club.
That's amazing.
Doing it because the way we work here, we're a club, we're a Charger, but we're more family here. All the clubs are family, but I always pride ourselves on being a family. We just went to baby showers on Saturday. Awesome. We've been to weddings. We go out with our friends outside the Chargers. So we're more of a family, and that's why we're so close over here. The other clubs are close as well, and we try to bring that to everybody. Wherever we go, it's always positive vibes. And people come up to us and say, hey, you guys are Ventura. Yes, we are. We love what you do. We do this. They say, it's part of the family. Yeah. We do it as part of the Charger community family because that's all it's about. Regardless, we want that win. We love that win. It's positive. But when we get the loss, okay, at least I have somebody cry over, hey, Enrique, we lost.
Crack the beer open.
That's my next question. Like the importance of when we have a loss like this, you can go run on Twitter, really just start yelling at people, or you have somebody you can talk to. Talk a little bit about, the wins are amazing. Everyone can enjoy a win. But when something tough like this happens, why is the Diehard Bolt Club so unique for fans?
In that aspect, I would say it's just you get everybody's input. You know what I mean? You feel I know I'm not the only one that feels the same way, whereas somebody from the San Diego chapter might feel the exact same way. So you relate in that pain of, being a Charger fan, whether it's the play calling, whether it's some players, I know you can't blame the players, I guess, but it's just when things don't work out the way we expect it after, this offseason we had, it's, it sucks, but, we're a diehard. So like I tell him and I tell a lot of other people, like, you're either going to ride with them, you can cry, you can do this, but I'm still going to be there Sunday. I'm still going to be at the watch party. And we're still going to be rocking this flag, you know what I mean? Yeah. But it hurts. But at the end of the day, there's Charger fans and then there's diehards. And, that's why we're part of this club. And we may complain, we might do this, but at the end of the day, they're all at Thunder Alley. They're all, cheering. They're all partying, and we're cheering our Chargers no matter what. And, we've been there before. We're going to get through it. And like you said, the bye might be the perfect time for it now. Injuries, heal up, make some moves. Deadline's coming up, so it's something that being part of the diehard, it's you let it out, but at the end of the day is all right, we're done, move on
to next week.
Oh, exactly.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly. It's the same mentality. It's like, when you I'm never gonna not have the Chargers in my life, so you just got to embrace it. And this sucks, but it sucks. My friends and I are together. It sucks for us, but we're gonna roll back, and we're still right now. We're technically in the playoffs still, so things are still. We've had worse starts than this.
Yeah, I mean, there's other people that join in the beginning. Oh yeah, are you gonna go away? And then you see them drop off. Then you see the negatives dropping off, but you'll see those true diehards that are there. You'll see them still there after everything. It's like, why are you a Charger fan? Don't ask. It's something that I believe in. I like. You stick to whoever team you're gonna go this week. Next week, I'll be on a different team next week. But there's only a few of us that can be really diehards.
Yeah, I love that. That's exactly how I feel, and I know my brothers from the podcast do. So, let's get you out of here on this, guys. A lot of football left. What are each individual? We'll start with you, Danny. What do you want to see happen this bye week? Any changes or anything you can think of you'd like to see happen before we next game?
For me, rest. Everybody needs to rest. They need to open up the playbook. What did I do wrong? What can I do better? Where do I have to make a change? Who do I have to make a change? That's what I'm looking at for them to do. That's my thing on it. You?
I would have to say for sure with JC being out for the season, it would be maybe some help in the, in the corners or the DBs and, with the wide receiver, you know what I mean? Maybe Josh get more involved. Michael Bandy had a good preseason, we're hurting the receiver. Hopefully Keenan Allen comes back, but I think, receivers, maybe step up and DB help, I think would be.
Yeah, that's all. I'm kind of thinking like the Parham Everett tandem, get them on the field at the same time. Parham's a different tight end, like he's a different energy. So there's a lot of things they can do. I'm excited to see what they're going to do, just like you guys. And if somebody's up in the Ventura area and wants to join your club, which they should do, if you're listening to this, you're in Ventura and you're not going to hang out with the Die Hard Bolt Club guys, you need to do it. How would they reach out and apply to become part of the club?
Yeah, so I actually run the social media for Ventura. So they can hit us up on Instagram, which is DHBC_VC. Send us an ad, send us a message. Like I said, we'll point you in the right direction at our, meetings, watch parties, events we got coming up. And then we're also on Twitter, that would be DHBC_VC, no_. And that's on Twitter. Again, they can add us, send us a message, and I'll lock it in with them and make sure that they're part of it.
Yeah. One more thing before we finish.
Yeah.
We also, not only are we part of the community and we help out, we have outside stuff. We're doing our second annual toy drive. Last year we did it. This year we're going to do our second annual toy drive to help out the community.
Yeah.
Because we have a lot of people here. So not only are we fans and get together, we also want to help out. So we're going to do our second annual toy drive.
That'll be December 4th. December 4th at Sonesta Select in Camarillo. So anybody that's hearing, that's locally, they don't got nothing to do, December 4th, I believe it's against the Raiders. You're more than welcome to come by Ventura and support our toy drive.
Yes, definitely.
Awesome. Well, you guys keep up the great work. Really, really appreciate everything you guys are doing up there, and excited to meet you in person one day. We got to get this together. I got to get to one of those hangouts, man, because that will look like way too much fun.
The doors are always open for you. Ventura, when you just call us up, you're always welcome.
Even Thunder Alley,
Yes.
So
yes.
We're definitely going to happen. Hoping the Chiefs game. That's what we're targeting right now.
Okay, okay.
All right, man. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for having us.
We appreciate your time, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
All right, perfect. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Danny and Enrique, that is 100% right. We are diehard, baby. We are here for the long haul. Good or bad, we are riding this puppy out to the end, till the wheels fall off, and that's what we do here at the Charger Chat, folks. There's no jumping ships. There's no changing horses midstream here, folks.
No, and then when we start doing well for the people that are, you're gonna feel pretty lame when we're kicking ass. Am I right?
You're gonna feel pretty lame.
Pretty lame.
It's easy to root for a team when they're winning every game.
Of course,
exactly.
It's hard.
That's
hard.
what a bandwagon fan is. Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, you got to ride it through the thick and the thin.
And if you're in the Ventura area, go check them out.
Absolutely,
and go,
for sure.
Not subscribe. Go send them your submission. That started with an
join
S. And go join them up. You know, they're really awesome guys up there.
One of us, Google gobble, Google gobble. Yes, Enrique, Danny, thank you again so much for coming on and chat with Kev. And now, folks, it's time to go into Ask Boltfam. I think we're getting a little bit of salty and sweet yet again this week. Are we surprised? Not at all. Let's go into it.
Time to put your money where your mouth is.
Hi, guys. Go jam a thumb up his butthole. That's what you do. I wet myself in excitement.
Oh, so hungry.
Your thoughts are totally appreciated.
Catch you later, dude.
Okay, love you, boy.
All right, folks. Ask Bolt Fam, sweet and salty edition, coming in hot. Starting off with House of Hain, who asked the question. I say we can't stay healthy, and that reason is why we are playing bad. I say it's a team sport, and we die with the team. Love the team. What say you guys? K love you, bye. I say 13 should have gone to IR. Time to regroup and clean the sheets after that bad Taco Bell incident.
Yeah, it was dirty. That was a couple quesaritos after midnight.
Creamy jalapeno everywhere.
It was just a mess.
It was hot. It hurt. And it was a mess.
It was hot and it hurt. Gross.
Let's see. Yeah, we ride with the team, absolutely. But I mean, as far as is the health to blame for where we're at right now? I mean, you lose almost the entire wide receiver core. I mean, it certainly kind of feels like that plays a part.
You're just like we're not even a shell of what our starting roster was supposed to be, and it's crazy.
And I mean, the injury to Herbert, that I think was really the ultimate one. Like if he had a completely healthy Herbert, I think this would be a completely different conversation.
Yeah, I think you're right.
As we mentioned before, the rib injury, that's not something that, even though he's not on the injury report, doesn't mean the guy ain't feeling a twinge every now and then from chucking that ball. So,
and just Rashawn Slater, Joey Bosa, it's like all of our Pro Bowlers,
big names, guys,
played.
What do you think, Kyle? You got a thought?
Yeah, I was just gonna say the defense has, for the most part, stayed pretty healthy. Now, obviously, Joey Bosa, and this week we lost JC, but outside of that, like the defense needs to step up and start shutting teams down.
Right?
We can't. We can't allow. We got to keep teams to 20 points to give us a shot, and that's just a reality. Hopefully we can keep them in the 10s, but defense has to step up and start putting in some work.
Absolutely. Yeah. They got to help. They got to be the suture on this offense that is bleeding very quickly. House of Hain, thank you for asking the question. Let's move it on now to Space Raccoon, who asked the question. What has to change for us to stop being the same old Chargers? Injuries, coaching, questions, and disappointing seasons year after year.
It's a different kind of losing. It's not the same old,
same old. New way.
We're winning. We're winning the close games we always lose, and we're getting blown out by bad teams that didn't always happen in the past. So it's a different kind of old Chargers. It's a different energy.
Interesting spin there, Kev.
It is an interesting spin.
I'm just saying it's different.
We are used to getting bit by the injury bug, but right now feels like it's all going to be second stringers out there short of Justin Herbert. I know that's not exactly the case, but on the offensive side, man, it's been a rough go.
Yeah, I don't know how you stop. No one knows. If anybody knew, the thing would be fixed by now, but no one knows how to stop this from being continual every year thing. I don't know. It's insane. Maybe a grass field that'll solve all of our issues.
There you go.
That's what Twitter seems to think.
Yeah, Twitter seems to think a grass field will fix it.
Hey, Kroenke. Cronky.
Yeah, Cronky.
Just quit being a cheap ass.
I'll pick up the seed.
Put some grass in there.
Just pay for the water. That's all we're asking.
Yeah,
for.
we're here. We're renting from you, right? We'll fucking fix my place up a little nice, okay?
Yeah, Cronky, the
Son
landlord.
Of a bitch.
All right. Well, there you go.
You keep raising the rent, and you're not fixing any of my air conditioner sucks right now. Okay,
I think
can you?
I can recall you having that exact conversation when we used to live together. So I think you're feeling a little triggered right now. But
I'm having flashbacks. Landlord flashbacks. Nom.
Swamp cooler is not the same as AC. Space Raccoon.
Certified fresh.
Thank you for asking the question. Moving on now to Dirty Ferdy, and shout out to KC Boltfam, Productive Supplies, Rat Human, and Bolts and Food.
There's some certified fresh in there.
There is a little certified fresh in there. A lot of you guys were kind of asking the same question. There's bits and pieces in here, but without trying to keep this under 2 hours, I'm going to go with Dirty Ferdy, who asked the question.
Fresh. Good evening, Boltfam. First time here and want to start off with saying you guys rock. Every time I'm at odds with these games, I can watch the podcast and your positive vibes keep me going. And man, do I need you guys right now. That game this afternoon, I just don't know where to start. That first quarter going 0-17 to the Sea Chickens had me fired up. Then we showed some life with 2 scoring drives close to the gap. Saw some hope and thought, man, we could pull this off. But then more injuries. J.C. Jackson goes out, just saw a dislocated kneecap, guessing he's done for the year. Then Mike Williams, My question, what the is going on here? I love Staley. He took the Rams to a #1 defense, but we are struggling. We have all the acquisitions, and on paper, we are on fire as far as talent. So 7 games in, and I get it, injuries. But at what point do the coaches figure this out? I know everyone, including myself, loves Staley. But do we seriously start looking into a veteran coach that has proven to get it done? I mean, look at what Reed has done with the Queefs. Is Sean Payton the answer? Help me out here. Okay, love you, bye.
The Sean Payton thing is just annoying as fuck right now. It's like the easy.
It's so weird.
It's the easy answer, like, of course. But honestly, like, we are a shell of what this roster began with. It's not even close, man. And Justin being hurt at the beginning, there's so many factors you have to look into. I don't think it's just like the coaches, they don't fucked it up. Let's find somebody else, bring them in. I just don't. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. First of all, second of all, there's no reason why we can't make a little run here and get healthier. And
right,
we just can't. We just need to play good teams all the time.
Right.
That's the only way we're going to be in these games. We start playing these shitty teams, we're going to keep getting blown out.
Right.
I don't know. No, yeah, I don't have an answer there. Sorry.
No, I don't either. I don't know if it's the coaching. I really don't know. I think that we're going to find out. It's got to get better. Because if you have a guy like J.C. Jackson, has all the talent in the world, he's a Pro Bowler, leads the league in picks every year, and he can't figure out a scheme. I don't know. Like, part of that sounds like it's coaching a little bit, and then you have backups come in. Backups are only going to be as good as prepared they are. And I think we're going to see down the stretch here, over the next 4 to 6 weeks, how good our coaches are in preparing a new game plan that's different than what they worked on all offseason and getting creative and trying new things. Because it doesn't look good. I mean, but at the end of the day, look at Bill Belichick right now. He's one of the greatest coaches of all time. He's sitting at 3-4 because he's got garbage on his team right now. Like his team just isn't good. He's got no quarterback. You're as good. Coaching can help, but you got to have the players. Coaches aren't out there throwing picks. Coaches aren't out there getting flags. Coaches aren't out there fumbling the ball. Like that's not coaching. There are things that they can do to help you be better prepared, and we do need to get better. And we're going to see over the next 4 to 6 weeks how good our coaches are at doing that.
Right, big time. All right,
I have hope.
Yeah, we all have hope. We got to have hope. Dirty Ferdy, KFC Boltfam, Productive Supplies, Rat Human, and Bolts and Food. Thank you all for, in roundabout ways, asking the question. Let's move it on now to Friar Bolt, who asked the question.
What the holy hell was that?
Jeez.
The only positive I could take from this is that the bye comes at a time when we need it most, and we have a winning record. Does it feel like we will always be cursed? Where do we go from here? Bolt up. Okay, love you, bye.
Sexy baby strikes again.
It does feel a little bit like we're cursed. I'm not gonna lie. I don't.
It
believe
feels
in
that
curses,
way. Yeah, it's hard to not feel that way.
It's hard to deny that that's just what it appears to be. I don't know.
It was just weird because last year it was like one of the healthiest we've been in a long time, and this year is the complete opposite. So I don't know. I don't know.
You sound like the broken man.
I'm okay. I'm not fully broken. I'm just like, I hate losing games like this before the bye week. It's just not good for me.
It's not good for anybody. It's not good for the team to sit on that garbage for 2 whole weeks. That's your last taste.
Yeah,
or it's motivation. Good, motivation for them to pull their heads out and get better. As a fan, you're sitting there just like this helpless, like baby seal without their mom in the middle of the ocean. Like, where am I floating?
What a picture you just painted.
Where are we headed?
Where am I going? Yeah,
Mama.
I barely know how to swim. Help,
Mama. I killed a man.
I'm just a baby seal. Wow, why'd I go baby seal? That was weird as shit.
I know,
that was very weird pull.
That was a very interesting pull. I mean,
my brain's kind of messed up
baby
right now.
Seal with no mom.
I might be on
man.
in
the arms of a seal. Yeah. Where do we go from here? Hey, it's out of our hands, bud. All we can do is hoot and holler and cheer up. And bolt the up
and stay off Twitter.
And stay the off Twitter. If you know what's good for you, Friar Bolt. Thank you for asking the question. Moving on now to Tom Telesco's burner account, and shout out to Uckwheat. You guys asked the same question, but I'm going with Tom T's burner account. Here we go. Why can't we stop the run, man? I thought Staley came here to be a defensive guru. I've been trying to see the best in what he brings to the team, but if we can't be top 10 to 15 in total yards and points allowed, I can't justify him being here next year. I was excited after last week's dialed-up third down blitzes. Where was that same aggressiveness? Please, Staley, we need you to step up or I'm on the Sean Payton train. I still haven't given up hope as I think he is great in a lot of ways. Also, I hope we trade for a speedy wide receiver because we are getting zero separation. Losing Guyton was massively understated. Love you guys, man. Peace out.
That's funny you say that, like the Guyton thing. I wonder if he was like the extra piece that just kept all these defenses honest.
Keenan Allen's been out the same amount of time, so it could be Keenan.
Maybe it's a combo.
Maybe it's a combo.
It could be a combo.
There is no separation though. That's just truth. Like even when he's getting the ball to DeAndre, it's like he has a man on him. It takes a perfect pass to get in there.
Basically,
Bandy too. Like they're just requiring such perfect passes, which I don't think other teams respect our receiving core. I mean, and they just go man up and they can run with everybody except Mike. So you put a safety over the top of Mike and say good luck. It's just when you don't have multiple weapons, it's almost like put Austin out there at wide receiver and see what happens.
Yeah. But the trade, like we're coming to the deadline. It's happening here pretty damn
in a week from today as we record.
So
right. Yeah,
we'll find out what they think of the season. Do they think we're gonna, we still have a shot? We're gonna make a run, and you should go after somebody now to, help put a Band-Aid on until we get some of these guys back, or is it let's do with what with what we got? So it'll be interesting.
At the end of the day, I think I think you have to address it with Jalen Guyton being out all year. Josh Palmer being kind of underperforming, you need a third wide receiver. You have to have one.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you address it or where you address it, but they got to bring something to the table. Just doesn't feel like we have enough, which I don't know. It sucks. Maybe we do. Maybe Palmer comes back and goes off, but the first 4 or 5 weeks when he was in there wasn't anything special to be seen from him.
Yeah, I mean, with all the money that they've put into players this offseason, I mean, obviously the goal was we're making a run here. We got to go for it. And I think. Well,
that's the whole thing, right? It's still Justin Herbert's first 5 years. You got to make a run while he's in his rookie contract.
Exactly. All right. Tom Telesco's burner count and Uckwheat. Thank you guys for asking the question. Moving on now to Derwin's Dirty Duck, who asked the question.
Man, oh man, this one hurt. I was rooting for JC so bad today and to see anyone go down like that is bloody horrible. Keenan back, but obviously on a pitch count, but nice to see him suited. I could talk negatives all day, but you know what? I'm not just that guy.
Yeah.
But let's look at some stuff. We're still 4-3, and not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. We're a beaten-up team who has won some tight games this year. We would normally lose those every single bloody time. I reckon that's the sign of a good team. Playing shit, beaten up, and still winning games. The Seahawks are a better team than everyone gives them credit for. Let's all just take a deep breath for a second. Okay. We are Charger fans, baby. We need to ride the highs and the lows. Surely you are all used to this by now. But I'm telling you, when one day we see our boy Herbie at 6'6" of that glorious man meat with his golden mane, a chivalrous hair, and that smile, oh boy, that smile that could light up a room. All 245 pounds of beautiful flesh with a bone structure to rival that of the most beautiful Hollywood actors. Holding that damn Super Bowl trophy above his head, this will all be worth it. And every single ounce of goddamn pain they have put us through will be worth it. Anyway, my question is, outside of football, who's your biggest man crush and why?
Oh, that was so much buildup for that question.
I love that. That was awesome. 245 pounds of beautiful flesh. Man crush.
Man crush outside of football.
Good question.
Great question.
That's a very good hypothetical.
You like that one, Kev?
Yeah.
Let's dig in.
It's not something I think about often. So I
it's not something I've ever thought about. No, I don't know. Nothing
crush.
Jumps off.
You're not a Jason Momoa fan of the big, burly man, or the Ryan Reynolds, the witty, urbane.
Oh my God, my brain's not working. Actor who played Venom.
Tom Hardy.
Handsome.
Hardy.
Fucking handsome.
Hardy's a good one. I like that.
And he's, badass. You ever seen Warrior? I did. I loved it.
I did.
Did you ever see Warrior? I did. Fucking loved it.
Hardy. Final answer.
Hardy.
You ever seen it?
You ever seen it?
Watch it.
Take a minute.
I'm Hardy.
Squat.
I'm Hardy and here to party. Let's ride.
That was good.
Yeah.
Hardy. Yeah. Oof. It's hard to top.
Walter Matthau. He's no longer with us, but charming.
Oh, God. It's a good one.
I'm just saying random names now.
I know. Hang on. I got it. Mark Ruffalo. I think that guy doesn't get enough cred.
You won't like him when he's mad, though, when he's angry.
Or RDJ, Robert Downey Jr.
You're just a superhero guy.
Hey,
big Avenger.
Hey, I like what I like.
You ever seen it, Kev? You ever seen Avengers?
Hey, Avengers. You ever seen it?
Watch it.
Fucking love it.
Shit.
Any other ones for you there, Kyle? Any other man crushes?
I think you guys hit a lot of them.
Yeah, there's a lot of options out there. Yeah. I think Walter
we were
Matthau
taking
takes
batting
the cake,
practice
though.
just to take them out.
Just teeing them up.
Derwin's Dirty Duck, thank you.
Thank you
for asking the question.
Good question.
Let's move it on now to BoltFan43, and shout out to Leo Bolts. Going with BoltFan43 here. Here we go.
Why has Herbert been throwing into such tight, almost non-existent windows in the middle of the field lately? I know he's our boy, but man, some of those windows were tighter than a butthole, and Herbert was going straight raw, dog. Also, I'm all for getting your best players the ball, but having Eckler not only be your reception leader, but number 3 in the league in receptions behind Tyreek Hill and Cooper Kupp seems like a huge red flag for our offense. Could Coach go through a handful of these checkdowns and see what might be going on in a future Coach's Corner segment?
I don't know, Coach. Does that sound like a cup of tea for you, going through a handful of checkdowns? Just a handful.
I could grab a couple and see if there was nothing. Like, both of your scenarios kind of go hand in hand. The fact that he is having to hit these such tight windows down the field is why he's checking it down. If guys aren't getting open, the quick thing is to check down, especially with the pass rush, because you have a banged up offensive line that has 2 of the original starters. Like, yeah, I mean, both of those things go hand in hand. You want him to continue to try to hit really tight windows, or take the easy check down to Eck. And every time he checks down to Eck, he gets at least 4 yards.
Something good's going to happen.
That's nothing to complain about. Sometimes he turns it into a huge gain. So, I understand the frustration. I want him to go downfield. It's hard to put sustained drives together because you end up having a penalty that puts you behind the sticks and you end up not converting. But I don't know. I think we just need to get cleaner and give what they take us until they try to get aggressive and come up. If you can consistently just beat them up underneath, they will come up, and then you can take your shots.
There you go.
All right.
Well spoken. Bolt Fan 43 and Leo Bolts, thank you for asking the question. We'll see if we can get Coach to take a look at those in the future. Let's move it on now to JDM 2118, who asked the question.
Hey, Holmes, what the is going on with this offense, yo? I know motherfuckers are hurt, but shit, dog. When the D stops, then stopped again, and gets a safety, and then get the fucking ball right back. Yo, what the yo? I'm just a little frustrated right now, homies. Stay brown. Kid, love you. Bye. Jesus.
Honestly, when we got that safety, I was like, okay, I know we're behind a good amount, but this is
huge.
I saw the Browns game last year. I know this is we're capable of such feats. Not this time. It was frustrating because the defense was trying to help us. They were really trying their best to help our offense out.
Yeah, offense just couldn't get it going, and even on like the 4th down attempt, it was not happening. So, couldn't say for sure. I don't know if it's just one thing there, JDM 2118, but hey, we're frustrated too. We're with you.
Just get it figured out quick, please.
Just got to stay bolted up, baby.
Oh God.
Thank you for asking the question. Let's move it on now to Herbert is my daddy. Shout out to El Guapo, Murder on My Street, and Boltville 714. Go with Herbert is my daddy, who is, as he mentions, not certified fresh, just figured out how to change his username on the website.
Oh, so, fair enough.
I don't know what he was before, though, so either way, he's not certified fresh. He made sure to...
See, this is the kind of teamwork
helpful.
I'm looking for. See, you're playing defense, I'm playing offense.
Yes.
You just set it up for I didn't have to do anything. It worked out.
Here we go.
Or vice versa.
As a die-hard Chargers fan and a Yankees fan, don't hate I was pulling for the Padres to go all the way. I woke up feeling numb to the world. Why must sports come with so much disappointment? Anyways, I want to hear your guys' thoughts about trading for players and or picking up free agents during the bye. Is it a necessary step to compete for the playoffs with all our injuries? I feel that it is clear we need another wide receiver that can create true separation, which is something I didn't see much of yesterday. Enough of the negative stuff. We're 4-3 going into the bye in a very average-looking AFC. Bolt up.
That's a good point. The one thing you did bring up, like the AFC is very average this year. There's no, besides the Chiefs.
9 wins is getting you in the playoffs.
I feel like
confident in 9 wins.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, if we can go 500 to end the season, I think we sneak in the playoffs. Now, if we want to be competitive, I do agree. I think we need another wide receiver.
Yeah.
What you have to give up to get it, it's tough because if you keep building, I mean, I guess the Rams did it, but if you build your team around just veterans, just guys that you're going to pay big money to, you're gonna hit that balloon, hit the ceiling, and kind of crash. So.
Right, yeah.
I don't know if we're willing to hedge everything on this season that's already been so injury ridden.
There's so many guys that are out right now that just one wide receiver isn't gonna, I don't think, make a absolutely huge difference unless you're talking like a superstar. And I don't think that's gonna happen. I think it's gonna be like what everyone's talking about, like Elijah Moore, some of these disgruntled players that won off the team, that kind of energy. If I saw something like that, I'd be like, okay, like why aren't they throwing to him in New York? Like what's the problem there? But if they went after somebody that was like a legit somebody, I don't know if I'd be thrilled about it though, because you'd have to give up a lot. Yeah, I'm in a weird no man's land on this. Sorry, I just talked in a circle for no.
It's hard. I mean,
you're damned if you do and damned if you don't.
Worked it out in my head while I was talking.
You got to either shoot your shot and go in this year, and you give up a lot moving forward. I mean, that's what the Niners did, and they still took a fat L to the Chiefs this weekend.
Yeah, all good points. We'll find out with the trade deadline looming ever closer. If the Chargers do.
Sorry about your Yankees too. That sucks. It hurts.
Hurts everywhere. Herbert is my daddy. El Guapo, Murder on My Street, and Boltville 714. Thank you all for asking the questions. Let's move it on now to Leo. Who asked the question? Leo. I've had it with this mother freaking offense on this mother freaking team. Lombardi needs to go, and receivers need to be traded, for you can't run a mother freaking 22 caliber offense with a howitzer. 2 mother freaking questions. 1, with Shane Day at the helm, can we see improvement and more creativity on the offense? And 2, how possible can we see mother freaking Phillip Rivers in the OC role for the Bolts? K love you, bye, and Bolt fam, let's mother freaking ride.
Fuck. I felt cheated on the Free Kings. I don't know what it was. There's something about that.
I read them as they write them.
Leo, I appreciate the PG-13 aspect of that, but Sam Jackson's got to go full fucking R.
I'll bleep them for you just so you can think that I said the F word.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, Shane Day.
This question, I appreciate the question. This feels just like panic mode. Like, what do we got? Stick them in. You know,
should we go back to Shane Day? What's Phillip Rivers doing? Does anybody have a line on Phillip Rivers?
Yeah. He likes to call plays, right? Yeah, he knows offenses and defenses.
I just looked up Shane Day's resume. The guy was never an OC, even at the high school level.
Wasn't he an OC for us?
Play. Shane Day?
No.
He
just got him as the QB
He's been
coach.
a quarterback's coach or offensive quality control.
Oh, I'm thinking of Shane Steichen.
Career.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So he's. I don't know what you're gonna get. I can't tell you it's gonna be creative. I mean, he may be little Giants annexation of Puerto Rico up his sleeve, but I have no idea.
Good play.
Good call. Good call.
Actually, that's the Patreon play we're gonna watch. We're doing that on Patreon for sure.
There you go. All right, Leo, I feel you. Thank you for asking the question. Let's move it on now to Staley's Nuts and Bolts, who asked the question. Run 2-yard out route, 3rd and long. 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 Is this insanity or is it just me?
Well put.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. My prediction that we'd get our center back and Lindsley would make everything okay again
didn't pan out. Yeah.
I missed that call.
Just a tad. Just a smidge.
Big time.
Yeah. Wish we had a better answer for this. It seems insane when you write it out like that. Yes, it does seem like insanity.
It's the most frustrated I've been watching a Justin Herbert led offense. We'll just say that.
I just don't get it though. Like the second quarter, the offense looked good. It was clicking. It was moving the ball. We had a 78-yard drive for a touchdown.
What do you think?
Just nothing.
What do you think of this hurry up? We're constantly. I feel like they're doing it just to keep the defensive linemen like at bay. That's what it feels like to me more than anything.
Usually you do it when you got the personnel that you like. So if they have a personnel
because they can't get off the field, obviously.
So they can't change personnel. That's usually the only reason.
But if we're rushing to do that and we're not executing, why don't we just slow the down?
Yeah.
And figure this shit out.
If you can't do it effectively, there comes a line where you're like, this is not catching them off guard. This is just putting us in a bad spot.
Exactly. So I'm maybe a little less to the hurry up option, maybe.
You also have to. It's hard to call a hurry up. It's hard to call it. Like as a coordinator, it's not easy to just like on a whim go boom. All right, let's run this play.
Yeah.
I don't know how that communication works. If they turn the mics off, if they turn the comms off, I don't know how that works in the NFL. If they call 3 plays in the huddle and they just go, I don't know. I don't know how all the coordination.
It feels like in that last game and some of these other games where we go hurry up and we're like, like you said, keeping the personnel on the field. We have some 3 and outs that are over in like 40 seconds, like 35 seconds. We're off the field. It's like, if we can't burn up the clock running, let's burn up the clock in the huddle a little bit. Let's control the time of possession a little bit more.
Just give our defense a little break.
Just Jesus Christ. Yeah. You're asking so much of them. Just don't go, just cut it down, cut it in half, cut the hurry up in half. I don't know. I'm pulling it.
We're grasping at straws.
Yeah. I feel you guys. Staley's Nuts and Bolts. Solution. Thank you for asking the question. Let's move on now to OM Run, who asked the question.
I don't know how I can keep watching this. I don't remember a team falling apart like this. This is painful. I guess my question is, how do we bear it? Because I don't think I can. Game over, man. Game over.
I think the answer's in your name. Go for a jog. Go for a jog.
Just run from your feelings.
Jog it out. Just jog it off. Burn some, just get that heart rate up.
Feelings.
Crank it out. You know what I mean? It might be worth not like drinking so much alcohol on the days that we play football, because generally it's easier to get over it when you're not when you're hungover and you had a bad loss. That's kind of the worst pocket to be in.
Sure.
Tough.
Yeah.
So maybe until we can kind of get our rhythm a little bit more, right? Let's click a little
pep
more
in our step.
Maybe we just cut down the intake a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Water.
But do you. But from my experience, hangovers are much worse.
I don't know if if OM Run was drinking, but hey, if you were, some good advice.
Well, the question is kind of leading towards drinking, possibly like being forced in the hand.
Oh,
so just a thought.
Okay,
keep jogging.
I see what you were doing there. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like it's stuff like this. It's talking with friends, having some laughs, realizing that it's not the end of the world, and just cheer the guys on. I mean, again, when the victories are just that much more sweeter when they happen.
Yep. And that's why you got to enjoy them, even if they're not the prettiest thing in the world, because it feels a whole lot better than this right now.
Exactly.
Because we could be 2 wins right now, but we're not. We're in 7th seed. You know what I mean? We're still in the playoffs after that. So these teams change. A whole bunch of other rosters, a whole bunch of other teams are going to change as we go. We'll see. Just gotta. What have we found as Charger fans, man? You just got to hang tight. Just hold on.
Hang in there.
Put your seatbelt on and hold on.
Yeah. It'll be a fun ride, no matter what. OM Run, thank you for asking the question. Let's move on now to Burley1212. Maybe?
Certified Fresh.
Maybe. Okay. Who asked the question?
Oh, if Telesco doesn't make an at least decent corresponding move to these injuries, should he be canned with the rest of the staff? I tend to think so.
Telesco survived the Anthony Lynn era. I think he's going to be okay for at least a few more weeks. / the rest of the season.
A few more weeks.
I think he's okay. I don't know. The roster was there, man. I don't see if you want to find somebody to point a finger at, like the roster was there. These guys can't control these injuries, man.
Mm-hmm.
It just can't do it. You can't control like how people are going to mesh when they get together and play their first 4 or 5 weeks of football together. You just can't.
It's hard though, because like at the end of the day, your GM is responsible for putting the team together that wins games.
How many teams you got to put together to have a roster to fill up all the holes we're missing? You can't have 2 full rosters of players.
I know. But if this was his first year and this happened, it's like, oh, what are you going to do? But after 10 years and not really very many winning seasons, you run out of opportunities. I think that's what the fan base feels right now.
Right. I think, we've seen in the past situations like injuries come up and we don't necessarily make any adjustments. We don't try to go out and get somebody to replace them. And I think we just saw today that the New York Jets have signed James Robinson after their running back.
That's looking good for our fantasy team, by the way.
Okay.
Lead back.
Got that going for
Jets.
us.
Let's go.
But I think that's the point, is people are seeing GMs see like, oh, we lost a player goes down. Let's get somebody else in here. Let's have them step up and do that. Now, obviously, not every team can do that. And Telesco spent a lot of money this offseason picking up a lot of talent. So
they gave up a 7th round pick to go get James Robinson. They didn't give up huge capital.
Right. I mean, they still got to pay the guy, but yeah, it's
but he's on a rookie contract. You can find those guys out there that are not super expensive.
Absolutely.
And at least make a move and with the hopes of it paying off.
Right.
I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of holes right now that there's only so many fingers to plug in the dam. Whether or not we can find a guy to fill all of those holes remains to be seen. But Burley1212, great question. Thank you for asking it. Let's move it on now to Benjamin. I wanted to say Benjamin, your mom, but it's Benjamin. Sorry, it's just Benjamin.
It's Zombin 84.
Just OG Benjamin.
Certified fresh.
Who asked the question? Yeah. Is there still hope? Or are we clearing house after this year?
No, number 10, man. There's hope.
There's always
hope. You wouldn't clear house right before Justin's rookie contract's over. You're stacking the next 2 years easily.
Yeah.
So I don't
know. I think there could be a move. I think you restructure the staff. I don't think Staley's going anywhere. I think Telesco potentially, and then coordinators maybe. But I think Staley, you kind of, like you said, like with the timing of contracts and this and that, and I don't know. I really don't know. As of right now, it sucks. After a loss like that, it would be nice to be like, let's just implode the whole thing, move back to San Diego and see what happens. But yeah, I don't know. Being a Padre fan, there was several times this season where people were calling for people's jobs. We ended up going on a run to the NLCS, best season since 1998. So it's like this season is not over yet. We've played 7 of 17 regular season games.
It's a lot of football.
So let's play the season out. I don't think there's going to be any mid-season changes as far in those terms. So we got to play this thing out, and we have plenty of offseason to talk about all that.
There you go.
Only one way to find out, baby. Keep watching, keep supporting. Let's go.
There you go.
Patreon.
Stop it. Benjamin, thank you for asking the question. We go out of Ask Boltfam with the Broads, who asked the question. I don't know if I can even find the funny from this deep, dark cave of despair, but we don't want you guys to be too sad, so we got to at least attempt to lighten the mood. My wonderful broad of a mother joined us for the game on Sunday, and I'm not going to lie, I was glad to have my mommy with me after seeing so many of our boys in Navy getting owie after owie. Our question is, have you ever brought your mothers to a Charger game? If so, what was it like? If not yet, what do you imagine it would be like? Mothers are the best, and mother trucking injuries are the worst. Keep in touch. Have a great summer. Okay, love you. Bye.
Great summer. That's awesome.
Hags yearbook.
Hags.
Hags is have a great summer.
Oh, I was like, wait a minute. They're broads. They're not hags. What's the matter with you?
Hags, broads.
All right. Well, either of you brought Mama Doug into a game?
We've gone to games with mom before, but we overwhelmed our moms so much with football.
Yeah, not at SoFi. She's not come to SoFi yet. That is, she's not a fan. Like, she's a fan of the Chargers,
right?
But like her whole day being football, she's done too much of that in her lifetime. It's kind of like us with going to her dance competition. My mom went to dance studio for a long time.
I'm never doing it.
I will never go again. I think that's why God blessed us with all boys.
That's exactly why he did, because he didn't want us to have to go to another dance competition. So I don't blame her.
I don't blame her at all. Yeah, no. It's probably PTSD going to if she went to a Charger game.
And we talked about this a while ago. Our dad used to send her out on scouting trips where she would go stand on a ladder and shoot a whole bunch of 10 and 11-year-olds play football. So my dad had some scouting tape on these kids.
Yeah, I mean, it was it was a huge advantage for us, but yeah, not fun for mom. So not worth
she didn't get to watch us play. She was scouting.
If mom wanted to come, we would have bought 4 season tickets, and she could come to every single game if she wanted.
That would be sick.
Yeah, even when I go over to their house on the away games and watch the game, she's cooking or cleaning, or she just stays busy while the game's going on so that she doesn't have to deal.
She's seen her.
My dad and I get a little heated when we're watching the football game, and it's not you can catch some crossfire if you're not careful.
She's seen enough grown men cry at her house too much to not be happy about it.
Yeah.
Wow.
But she's the best.
What about Mama Wolldog?
Mama Wolldog has not gone to a football game, but knowing how she has kind of come around to being a Charger fan and a fan of Justin Herbert, I think she would have a blast at a football game. I know that
honorary broad.
She might be an honorary broad, brisket broads. If you need to send my mom an honorary broad bonnet, let me know. I will cover the shipping fee.
Broadnet.
But no, I think she would have a blast at a Charger game for sure. I think being around the crowd and the excitement and everything like that. I don't know that she's been to a football game at all, let alone a Charger football game. And now that she's actually a fan of the team, I could just see her having an absolute blast of a time. So maybe we'll see if we can work it out in the future. Maybe only time will tell.
Only time will tell. Why don't we get both of our moms to go?
Be like
just one of us.
Hey, you guys don't know each other.
Yeah.
You guys don't know each other. Why don't you go to this game together for football game?
Yeah. Mama Duggan's sitting there, arms crossed, not having any fun, and my mom's out there hollering.
Imagine you taking to a game like that,
drink,
where you're just like sitting there.
If my mom was there, she would have fun.
Oh, shoot!
But she wouldn't ever she wouldn't be like, "Oh, can I go? Let's go." Type of a deal.
She'd have to be forced at gunpoint to go. Then she'll have a good time.
In all due respect, those dance competitions weren't that bad, but really they were.
They were pretty bad.
In all honesty.
All right. We love our moms here at the Charger Chat, and we love the broads. Thank you so much for asking the question, and thank you everybody for asking questions in this Ask Boltfam. We made it through pretty unscathed, and we've got a bye week coming up this week, so we can all just meditate and release some of that bad energy. Just let it go.
Yeah.
And look forward to the next game. But I think that's going to do it for us here at Charger Chat. Any final thoughts there, gentlemen?
Just take a breath, relax. You got a day, you got a couple days, a week.
Take a weekend.
Take a vacation.
Go do something. Go do something fun this weekend.
Staycation.
Watch
at a family fun center. Put some colorful balls around.
Let's
for
go.
Pete's sake.
Sign me up.
All right.
Something like that. Sounds nice.
Do something nice for yourself. Treat yourself, folks. But that's going to do it for us here at Charger Chat. Don't forget to bolt up because we're ready for any squad, any place.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Okay, love you. Bye.
And now, a word from our sponsors. This Halloween, when you go out in your Chargers gear, just make sure it's not navy blue. The Navy Jersey Curse, rated R, starts Friday in theaters everywhere.